It is time for the incomplete final form. Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about episode 33 of Kamen Rider Gavv. So after the little recap, we have Niev finishing his procedure on Mage, with Boka looking after it, pretty much being impressed that he's actually able to create a bitter Gavv onto Mage. After waking up, tell him to hunt down the rider, and we see some pretty cool collected disguises that Niev has collected. It's pretty cool to see. Hopefully we see more of these guys later on at one of the part-timers. As Shoma and Mane are going back from a job, but as Shoma goes into an abandoned building thinking that it's one of the base of the operation, but then finds out that it's actually empty. And say that he's been on edge ever since meeting with Lisel, which I gotta say, yeah, me too. I would be on edge if I met a crazy woman like her. I decided to go home as Dente is struggling to make a new item for Shoma. Meanwhile, Lango looked over the Prophet, which I gotta say he's not doing his job as a part-timer. They're actually going up now, even before the writer even came in, saying that, yeah, it probably makes him a little furious the new management actually doing better than him. And also wondering about Nieva, he needs to be happy these days. And meanwhile, Hunter is walking around trying to find another Inui person who was missing, and wanted to Mage in his human disguise. Interestingly, Mage in disguise is played by, not by the actor who voices him, he's actually played by a different actor, Shinichi Ihashi. Remember I butchered that name, I'm so sorry, who actually had a minor role in Rider. I think last time was in Kamen Rider Gotcha, one of the top orders of the alchemist people, like, I remember that. I think Lai saying he knows who Inui is and tried to drag him to another location to fight him off, saying that they live in that area. Hunter follows him, and Niev is working on something, but Lango comes in wondering what's he doing, and wondering he's gonna be betrayed by him, just like Jeep did. But Niev said that no, he's working on a new thing for the part-timer to compress people. It's actually the Bake Amalgam for Kamen Rider Bake. And pretty interesting as being mass-produced, so now we have a mass-produced writer, which is pretty much normal, that we always have a mass-produced writer. So yeah, pretty interesting that we're gonna be fighting a lot of Kamen Rider Bakes rather than the show. As Hunter and Mage get to a location, as Mage just attacks him. Pretty much reveals that the Grandu, the Hunter tried to reveal it, but then finds out it's actually the bitter Gavv. As he just rips him apart by even attacking him with some of the really interesting attack, which is actually the little pincer he has in the centipede design, actually knocking out Honta, which is pretty funny that Honta takes another L when he got defeated, not even by a monster form, not even by bitter Gavv. He wasn't even transformed either, but just get defeated, which is pretty funny to see. And Mage leaves. As Shoma and Mane preparing something for another attack, probably for Golden Week, as Hunter arrived injured, as the gang wonder what happened to him, and Lucky is eating some rock. As Mage comes in, even eats some of the rock, but said that they're not even good at all, which I gotta say that's pretty rude. As he actually liked the Dark Tree more and said that the writer are actually getting in his way of enjoying his Dark Tree. As Jelly leaves, try to inform the rest of the gang, as we actually see Hunter explain to them who Magen was and that he actually had a bitter Gavv. And wondering if Suga's behind it, but then they don't really think so, as Suga's been dead for quite a while. Then it's been a time scale about a month. I Shoma think probably Niev who did it. As Lakia squares off against Magen and pretty much seems to be evenly matched. As he finds out that he actually is a bitter Gavv, put two and two together that yeah, it is Niev who's behind it. At the time, as Magen transformed into bitter Gavv. And gotta say, it's pretty cool they actually have their own transformation sequence and actually use the Budorai cookie to become bitter Gavv Budorai. And it's a really cool cookie to make the crumble. But I just say, it is kind of lazy that it's just Kamen Rider Bake. The suit Kamen Rider Bake. Not really much different at all to make it stand out. So I guess it is just to save time on the bitter Gavv suit and also on Bake. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed not a different form, but whatever. I wonder how Magen even got that bitter Gavv at all and why him, as he transformed as well to fight him off. As Shoma explained to the rest of the Gavv about Niev's involvement with Suga, I actually wonder if Lakia might be being targeted because due to the fact that he was targeting Rider. So yeah, they're probably were Lakia being targeted. Which, speaking of which, Jelly comes in to tell them that yeah, Lakia being attacked. Shoma decided to go and help him out. And Hunter tried to get up, but then falls back because yeah, he's pretty injured. But then Mane decided to go contact Dente in order to get his help to heal up Hunter and leave. Meanwhile, Lakia and Magen are fighting each other, as they seem to be evenly matched somewhat. Yeah, he pretty much start overpowering Lakia as Shoma comes in to help out, but then Niev comes in as well to tell them who Magen is. Pretty funny that he's annoyed about revealing that identity, but it never really matter if he just killed them. As Shoma wonders he's betraying Lango as well, but Niev conjured out that he also did the same, but you know, Shoma just wonders the whole importance of family, that, you know, family should stick together. So he's got to this point that they're still, you know, betraying each other. As Shoma tried forward to fight Magen with Lakia into a blizzard super form. And it might meet with Dente, he couldn't really get concerned that he's on the floor. It looked like he's tired and pretend to be hungry, but in reality he also said that he's losing some teeth. And tried to play it off as a joke, saying that maybe he just hasn't brushing them as much. And Amane finds the Gochi pod that he's been creating. But then interestingly, Amane sees some of the teeth on the side of the Gochi pod, which I'm pretty sure she put two and two together how it's being created. As Shoma fights against Mage, pretty cool fight scene and pretty cool with the ice power and all that. And the Lakia tried to help out, but then he gets knocked out by Mage, who's actually using the power on the tree and just slashes on him with the little pincer thing. So yeah, Lakia finally officially loses, I guess. And then Shoma knocked back Magen until the blizzard thing just melts away. So yeah, it just melts away, revealing him back to normal. And Amane arrives with the Gochipon and throws it at him. And Niev is interested and wanted to see how it worked out. But when Shoma puts it in the driver, which is pretty funny that it's not even fully intact, like he barely closed it in his mouth. Yeah, but anyway, he put it in the driver, but nothing happened. And everybody's disappointed that it's a dud. But Shoma continued to fight against Magen. It was pretty cool to see that he actually did a human civilian fight scene against him. Pretty good to see until he just gets slashed by Magen. Everybody worried about knocked out, but no, he just used his Gavv to bite on the sword to not get knocked out and just start punching Magen over and over again. And pretty cool to actually see some of the gummy Gochiso actually get pretty fired up and just helped out by jumping into the Gochi pod to start the activation. I thought the other Gochiso coming in to jump inside and also helping him out. And Niev doesn't really believe it would work, and on Monday counteracts saying no, it will work, as he makes a flashback saying that Dente actually made it out of his own teeth, human material, because he wanted to help out Shoma. And a pretty nice little moment that he wanted to help Shoma out in any way necessary, even if he gets exhausted, almost probably about to die. It just made me confirm that yeah, maybe Dente's gonna die. And he wanted to help out Shoma in any way, but also tells her to not tell Shoma how he was created. So yeah, all the Gochiso, all 99 Gochiso comes in to fill up the Gochi pod and activates it. At the time, it goes to Shoma thanking them. And he uses it to transform in a cool transformation sequence, actually having they all transform, all the gummy turns to gummy bears, and they start floating around him when he puts inside a jar. So yeah, he's pretty cool to see that he's finally able to transform into a new power-up, and it's finally time that he transformed into the incomplete final form over Gavv. I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. I like the design of the suit, I love the color, but not really my favorite compared to the two, Overmaster and Overgavv. I like Overmaster more. But I gotta say, it's pretty cool to see how he's an incomplete final form, kind of like similar to Gavv with Boost Mach 3 and Boost Mach 9. Pretty cool to see. More writer series you do this. But yeah, it's kind of the incomplete final form, as we don't see Overmaster at all. It's pretty cool that Magen tried to shoot at him and just attack him with a pincer, but nothing happened, and all the attacks just bounce off him by the pincer, and even his sword slashes just bounce off him. So yeah, it's more of a defense repel thing compared to Shoma's actual power of Overmaster being probably a physical attacker. And it's pretty cool that Shoma just walked up to him and threw the attack. Like, it's pretty funny to see. As he prepares his finisher, which is finally, after a long time, a rider punch. So yeah, Magen also prepared his finisher as well. A really cool shot. I love the shot between both of them preparing their attack. And they both slash and punch each other, but then it's not even a competition, as Shoma just punches him, sends him flying. Yeah, he just flew far away from them. Pretty much shocking Niev, both interested of the transformation and being the one to defeat Magen, just sends him flying. And a pretty cool rings of fire, leaving fire behind. But no explosion, because yeah, he's coming back next episode. And it's pretty cool that throughout the fight team, we actually have new background music for the final form attack. Like, it sounds pretty cool. I want to hear it in completion. Hopefully, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, pretty cool to see. So yeah, Shoma just showed how powerful he is. But the episode ends there. Overall, it was a pretty good episode. Can't wait for next episode, because it turns out it is still the incomplete final form. And it seems like next episode, they say he has to use 100 Gochiso this time. Maybe when he finishes with the Inui plot point, maybe he'll finally be able to transform to Overmaster Gavv with 100 Gochiso. But we have to wait and see. Because yeah, I do believe that we are going to be seeing him having the power up to make the true final form. Probably, I consider the incomplete final form because yeah, it's not there yet. He needs to transform to true form. We haven't seen Overmaster at all. So for now, this is the incomplete final form. I gotta say, Magen is okay. I can just hear the fodder to show how powerful Shoma has become over the past few episodes now. About the fact that he's just there to set up the bitter Gavv thing, gonna be for other part-timers to work for them and actually start fighting against our writer. But it said Niev is gonna be making the baked amalgam in order to make Kamen Rider baked. And judging by the fact that, yeah, by next week's episode, that, yeah, he's gonna betray them. Niev's gonna betray the rest of the family, so we can't wait to see that. And but with the scan, seeing how Gavv is just fighting against Glota. So we have to wait to see how that comes into play. I love the fact that Boka is looking after Niev's experiment, making me think that he might actually become a driver, but I hope not, because I don't want him to become a rider. I want him to just be a normal monster that we have to take down, but we have to wait and see. Can't wait for more, especially said Dente. I feel like Dente's gonna die, because yeah, I have a feeling Dente's gonna die with him ripping out the teeth, so yeah, it's not gonna be long before he dies. He's not gonna last in the end of the series. I hope he does, but I don't believe so. I really want Dente. He's pretty cool. He's a cool Grunko. But yeah, he's sacrificing his teeth to create the Gochi pod. And I gotta say that maybe the 100 Gochi with the interacting with a family member will make him have the human side. Because yeah, I'm gonna say over Gavv is the Granu side, while over Master is the true complete form, which is why he has both colors. But it's pretty funny to see that yeah, over Master has both the orange and purple. Maybe that makes representing him both Granud and human side, but we have to wait and see with 100 Gochiso. Overall, it was a really good episode. Can't wait for more. Action was cool. Love the new incomplete final form. Rating wise, I give it a 7.9 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you like the episode or do you not? What do you think about Shoma and Han's situation? What are Lakia all trying to fight against Magen as Niev? Also, what do you think about Niev maybe becoming the final villain, especially with all their character songs? Like most of the sibling character songs coming out outside of Lango. We have to wait and see. Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more Kamen Rider Gavv content. Peace.